Greetings. Welcome to the Morning BreadCast, and thanks for joining us today for a short morning devotional. So this morning I kind of wanted to examine the heart and its attitudes and desires because I feel like it really is the central focal point of your life. We're going to start with Proverbs 4:23 scripture, which says, "Keep your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life." So your heart and its attitude towards God and your fellow man are really key issues that Jesus addressed in his ministry. And as we begin to look at the heart, it becomes apparent that there's a lot of people that say, well, God knows my heart. I mean, they do stuff and then they say, it may not look like that, but God knows my heart. And that's true enough. God knows the intents of the heart for sure. But I guess the more important issue is, do we know our own heart? And is it possible to fool ourselves? Well, David gives us some insight in that one when he says in Psalm 19:14, he says, "Let the words of my heart and the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to the Lord my God." So David was basically checking his own heart to make sure that he was walking with the Lord. So as I began to study this out, I ran across a footnote in the Oxford Scofield Reference Bible that gives one of the Bible definitions of sin. And the definition that was given is the intrusion of self-will into the sphere of God's divine authority. So let's kind of break that down a little bit. What it really means is the scripture was taken from Joshua when Joshua was going to go in and take the city. And the Lord showed up to him and was dressed in armor. And Joshua went up and said, "Are you for us or for them?" And the Lord said, "I'm for neither, but are you for me?" In other words, Joshua was planning on his own way of taking the city. And the Lord showed up and said, "We do it my way," which is interesting. If you really delve into the story, you'll see that the way that Joshua took the city Jericho was one of the stupidest battle plans ever known. They basically walked around the city 7 times for 7 days, and the last day they walked around it all 7 times until they were really tired, and then they just yelled real loud and the walls fell down. So not your average plan, I would say. So really what that shows me and how this definition of the intrusion of self-will plays into that is Joshua had his plan, but God said, "No. We're going to do this my way." So there's a lot of times where God shows you things in your life and you walk away from them and say, "Okay, thanks a lot, God. I'm going to go take care of this now." And you don't really communicate and walk with him on a daily basis. You get your marching orders and you just take off and go do it your own way. And staying in that attitude of worship with a humble heart and staying in that relationship with God is really, that's the best way to walk with the Lord on a daily basis. And this definition of the intrusion of your own self-will into the sphere of God's divine authority kind of shows us that we really need to rely on him on a daily basis and walk with him on a daily basis. So I'm going to leave you with that and have a blessed day, and we'll see you again next time on the Morning BreadCast. And thanks for tuning in. And listen, if you want to hear these BreadCasts every day, I put them out every morning. And you'll need to go to my channel, subscribe, and then hit the notification bell on the side, and that will let you know when these are coming out. I usually put them out at like 5 a.m. in the morning. So God bless you, and thank you for joining us today on the Morning BreadCast.